And who was that? I like how he's like, you have to be more specific. Wait. Ren is Akito's mother, no? Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kaylee and I'm back today with some more Fruits Basket. I have been a little MIA on this channel, so it's been a minute since I've watched any Fruits Basket, so I'm excited to jump back in today. We're so close to the end, which makes me so sad because obviously I don't want this series to end, but also makes me kind of excited because I do want to read the manga and start a rewatch and just like go back and look at all of these little moments early on that were foreshadowing or just like the character development that I now know once I'll finish season 3. I did give myself a brief little refresher on everything that happened in season 3, episode 1 and the end of season 2 because obviously, like I said, it's been about a month and a half since I recorded. As always, go ahead and hit subscribe if you want to stick around. And the uncut version of this reaction is over on Patreon, so I'll put that link in the description box below if you want to check that out. And now let's jump into the episode. Oh. Wait, why is this so cute? Like. Oh. Oh my goodness. That is the flashback I'm definitely dying to see. Like, Shigure and Akito, that whole storyline is so interesting to me. And I love that he mentioned that's an unwavering truth because clearly it is. Like, that is something that is so relevant even now as they continue on. And as Akito becomes more like unhinged and Shigure has so much riding, it seems, on like breaking the curse for his own sake is what I'm guessing. I want to see more of like how this has developed over this time because obviously like being kids, what that means to her at that age might be very different. It should be very different than what it means today. So hopefully we get more of that. Oh. Side note, totally unrelated, definitely didn't need to pause to say this, but as creepy as Shigure is and as much as I really can't stand him sometimes in the show, Shigure with glasses is 10 times more attractive than Shigure without glasses. It's really giving that like tortured writer vibe that he's going for sometimes, so I'm here for it. Oh. Oh no. I feel like he already knows that she knows though. Okay, some Yuki Machi development. Oh no. Yeah, very easy for him to say. Oh my god. Oh. I like how we get like immediate levity. I think that's interesting. Obviously, her talking about what she knows and how so many of the Zodiac members don't even have the information that she has, right? Like, she's got information about Kureno, about the curse that I think a lot of people would want to know, and a lot of people maybe feel like this search to break the curse is hopeless. Like, I think Kyo is obviously one of those people who has just kind of accepted his fate and keeps himself from pursuing things further with Tohru and in life because he thinks that there's no way to get out of this. And so I think she is in such a challenging place right now where it's like, do you tell people like Kyo or Momoji or any of them really, right, who would love the opportunity to live a normal life and experience a future and have hopes and dreams that don't have anything to do with Akito and the Somas. It's a weird position that she's in because she's not even part of the Soma family, really, officially. And she knows this information, and also, is it even hers to share, right? And I can see why, especially in Kyo's case, it would be really tough to be in that position and to not share that with him, because again, like, that could be the difference between their developing relationship and him just kind of rolling over and accepting his fate, and maybe unnecessarily being put into confinement when there could be a solution. So she's in a weird, tough spot. So I definitely don't envy her. I have no idea what they're possibly up to right now. Oh, they stole the flowers? Is that what happened? No. Yeah. I like the disguises are not working whatsoever. Oh no. Oh my god. He's got his own fan club, which I totally understand. Is that better or worse? Oh. Don't be soft on crime. Between those two, I feel like they could definitely get them back, you know? The perception is he's so busy that he's gonna end up with nothing to do. Oh. Oh no. Oh, does she follow him? What does she mean by that? Wait, I'm dead. This is so cute. She's trying. Like, she's really putting herself out there. Well, who else would she go to? I mean, come on. Oh, the blushing. Oh. Oh my gosh. She's really trying. Is she gonna tell him? I feel like there's no way she does. Oh. Oh, okay, maybe she is. I don't think she's gonna expand further. Oh, I love how he's so worried that he upset her. Wow. Oh, they're so perfect. Always interrupted. Oh, okay. Okay. I feel like he definitely remembers. I feel like he just said that to like throw her off a little bit. Yeah, like you have to tell Rin all of this. Yes. That was like one of my first thoughts is like, we have to tell Rin about this. Yeah, she's a good secret keeper. Oh. Totally fair.
連れも来たんで。
待ちなさい、しぐれ。アキトさんにご挨拶を。
Oh.
嫌ですよ。長くなりそうですし。行こう。
お知り合いなんでしたら、この後はあの方たちと飲みに行かれたら。
She's trying to pawn him off.
自分の親と飲んで何が楽しいの？ごめん、いるんだ、残念な。
She's like, I have to see who raised this monster.
部外者追っ払われるだけだから。
相馬ってすごいお家なんですね。
そうだね。みっちゃんとりっちゃんでは身分違いが甚だしいね。
Why is he always, yeah, saying things that he knows is gonna get under people's skin?
さてと、次はどこに飲みに行こっかな。
Oh no, that's not good.
ご挨拶しろと言ったんですけど。追いかけましょうか。
引き離すべきだったんじゃないかい？アキトさんのために。その時も今も気づいてた。呪いから解放されてるって。いやー、そんなかっこいいこと言えたらいいけど、なんとなくだよ、残念ながら。でもそっか、これでちょっとすっきりしたよ。俺を嫌っていることも。だけど嫌いだよ。
What an interesting confrontation.
とても嫌いだ。はっきり言ってあげる僕に感謝して。見捨てないでやってほしい。これ以上冷たくあしらわないでやってほしい。アキトは俺を好きだからそばに置いてるんじゃない。そばにいてほしいと願ってる人は。
お帰りなさいませ。
Oh my gosh. Okay. What an interesting confrontation between them, because I think I get very frustrated with Kureno sometimes when I think about his character and like the fact that yes, you made this promise to Akito and yes, you feel like you have a duty now to be by her side. However, it's not like she's going to be alone even if you're gone. I do understand that there is a level of optics that come with the fact that he's no longer bound by the curse, and it's a really tense time where a lot of Zodiac members, I would argue probably all of them, want to be free of the curse, and I think in Shigure's sense he wants Akito to be free of the curse, but I think for Akito it puts her in a weird spot where her powers very much diminished. Those things will start happening very rapidly, and so I understand why he doesn't walk away, but I also kind of don't really get it at the same time. Not just for him living his own life, but I think this like white knight type of narrative that he is sort of spinning for himself sometimes is really unnecessary, in the sense that like Shigure's main issue is that he feels like Akito has not chosen him, and now he's saying it makes him feel better because now he's viewing Kureno as just kind of like a potential risk in terms of Akito wanting to keep him close to make sure that nothing happens and to make sure that she's able to control the narrative, control those Zodiac members. I can't decide if I'm like frustrated with Kureno or if I like deeply empathize with him. I think it's a little bit of both. Okay. What was that? Oh, he can't.
そんな格好をしていると、ますます男の子のようですね。
何の用でわざわざ寄った？
店で声をかけそびれたことをお詫びしに。いやー、それはきつい。
へえ、そうなんだ。
Oh my god. Okay, wait. This,
むちゃくちゃ言いますね。
I think it's a little bit deeper than I thought.
あの女とはネタじゃないか。
And who was that?
どの女です？
I like how he's like, you have to be more specific.
あんな女とよくも。
古い話を。
Wait. Ren is Akito's mother, no? It's like, now do I understand Akito's angst a little bit more when it comes to Shigure? Yes. So he slept with her mom? I need to know when this unfolded. He's saying it was a long time ago, but again, like, this person is not a fully formed adult. Like, she might be in her 20s, but she is clearly stunted in a lot of ways just due to the like nature of the Soma family and the Zodiac and this whole like setup that's happening in the curse. Oh? Oh my god. Okay. Developments. Oh no. Oh.
それこそが揺るぎない
Oh my god.
事実。
Now she's gonna know that he remembers the
忘
moment.
れてたんじゃ。
Uh
わからない。僕があの女と寝たのだって。君がくれの
Oh my god.
何
This is so toxic.
なんだよそれ。
This is so toxic.
好きすぎてドロドロに甘やかしたくなるし。
僕は特別なんだ。自由にしよう。僕のものをどう扱おうが僕の勝手だ。僕の自由だ。
ぐちゃぐちゃに踏み潰してやりたくなるんだよ。アキトさんの機嫌も悪くなる一方ですし。今日は帰ります。女を否定するくせにそうやってすぐ女を利用するんだね。ここに
Oh my god,
い
you
つも君
guys.
を思ってる。
You guys.
会いたかったよ。ずっといるよ。あの日のまま待ってる。
同じクラスだ
I'm gonna wait till after to dive
でも
into
あの
that.
人またしばらく学校来てないよ。なんだっけ、また入院したんだっけ？
Oh no.
療養じゃなかった？
そうそう、なんか遠いとこだかなんだかの。
何それ、いい加減。
嘘、いたんだ友達。
They're so mean.
ずっと待ってる。ここでずっと君が来るのを待っている。
Okay, I have a lot of thoughts about the Shigure Akito situation. It's so interesting because in a lot of ways he is very toxic. He's very like cutting with his words. And I find it hard to feel bad for Akito in situations like that because she is also really terrible in a lot of ways to a lot of people. And so I really have limited sympathy and empathy when it comes to Akito and her character so far, but I do also understand with a mother like hers based on just what we saw in that very small bit of that one episode of like the way they fight and the things that she says to her and like the way that she really diminishes the curse, and not the curse, but like the bonds between Akito and the Zodiac members. It's really, really tough not to have some sympathy when it comes to that. But now I also understand in a lot of ways why she feels the way she feels towards Shigure right now. I'm kind of interested in like from a timeline perspective when this unfolded. He said it was a while ago, but also I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to figure out like what is the timeline, because obviously they were very close when they were kids and younger, and then the whole thing happened with Kureno and his curse, and then she became a lot closer to Kureno and he promised to be there. And so has Shigure always just since that moment been watching from the sidelines waiting for her to choose him? And when did their relationship turn physical between Akito and Kureno? So there's a lot of questions I have about the timeline that I'm not super clear on. I think they're just both very toxic, and I think they probably both have reasons to be very toxic, but a lot of what he was saying to her about, but a lot of the things that he was saying to her about, you know, missing her ever since and always having been right there waiting for her makes me feel like there's a lot more connection between their spirits in terms of their zodiac spirits than just who they are right now, right? As Shigure, as Akito. So I don't know if there's a deeper spiritual connection between them that has always been there and he felt that immediate pull towards her ever since, or if that's just something in this life he is just in love with her and he realized that very early on and has always kind of been there waiting for her. I can kind of see both of their perspectives. I can see where he is just waiting for her to choose him, and without the clarity of understanding the dynamic between her and Kureno and everything that happened with his curse, it could be really hard to understand why this person that you have this undying loyalty to, this love for that is never going to go away, this person that you would do anything for is not choosing you, right? Is keeping someone else very close. And if you don't understand the reason for that, that can really hurt and can cause, I think, a lot of resentment, which he obviously has towards Akito. And I think he perfectly put into words this feeling that I've had since the first season, even, right? Where he he seems to have both this love and loyalty for Akito, but this also like desire to see her fall, right? Like this desire to see her get hurt and to reap what she sows. And all of these things that he's been saying that have felt sort of sinister about her over the first couple seasons. Now I totally understand why he feels that way, and the things about their relationship and how things have unfolded that would make him feel that way. And so I'm glad to know that like kind of how I felt about his character and their dynamic is pretty spot on. It's very complicated. I think knowing what we know as the audience, I put a lot more blame on him in a lot of ways. I don't really know a lot of his backstory. Obviously, I don't think we've seen a lot of his childhood outside of Akito, right? I feel like the biggest bit of information we got from that episode is finding out that the reason he doesn't live at the Soma estate with Akito is not because he wants to live separately, because that was always something I wondered. Between him, Ayame, I understand fully why Ayame does not live on the estate. Like, I feel like Ayame is very much wanting to do his own thing, have his own dreams and goals and ambitions and live separately. But it was really hard to pin down, like, why does Shigure? Knowing that Akito is the one that kind of pushed him out, and again, for a lot of good reasons, right? Like, sleeping with her mom is actually kind of nuts. And again, when we know everything we know about why Akito does what she does with Kureno, it kind of makes him feel like the worst person in this situation. But again, he didn't really know that. So I can't, it's just it's hard. They're both imperfect. They're both very toxic, and it's hard to place blame on one side or the other. But it also puts into perspective all of his motivations so far, right? Like, he just loves her and he just wants to be with her. And the only way that he sees that he's gonna be able to do that is if they break the curse. And so when he is overly invested in anything in terms of helping the other characters. I go back to the end of season 1 when he was overly involved in helping this plot to reveal Kyo's true form to Tohru and move along the progression of their relationship, and for Tohru to become a person that Kyo can rely on and can help potentially break the curse for him. It wasn't because he is so kind, right? And I think that's what he's been telling us this whole time, is everything he's doing is selfish. Everything he's doing is for like the wrong reasons, even if it's the right thing to do, and all of the wrong things that he's doing, again, is selfish. I also think about him taking in Yuki. Obviously, he loves Ayame, and I think that's part of it, right? Like, I think Ayame is somebody he's obviously very close to, and Yuki being Ayame's younger brother probably adds an element that wouldn't exist otherwise. But also, I think Yuki is somebody that was very special to Akito, and I think the more that he can create that distance between Yuki and Akito and kind of get her a little bit unsettled with the way that things are for Yuki, and the more that he can drive distance between them, hence bringing Tohru into the house and having her create bonds with these people that could potentially rival the bonds that they have instinctually with Akito, I think helps his cause, right? Because it helps create that distance, which he, I think, believes is going to be the driver of breaking these curses. So yeah, it just adds a lot of context to him and his decisions so far in the show. So it was really good to see that background. It's really interesting to see how they feel about each other. I'm a little shook that he slept with her mom. I don't know if we'll get more information on that, but I would love to expand on that, because how did that come to be? But her mom seems like an absolute nightmare, so I wouldn't put it past her to try to seduce Shigure, especially if she knew that Akito had some feelings toward him. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking around while I was gone on a little hiatus. I'm excited to be back. Hopefully these episodes will be coming out more frequently now that I am back. But go ahead and hit subscribe if you want to stick around. The uncut version of this reaction will be over on Patreon, so put that link in the description box below if you want to check that out. And I will see you guys next time for another episode of Fruits Basket. Bye!